Well, happy Thanksgiving to all my American friends. I am Mad Camper, and this is another video on Raid Shadow Legends and another sort of I built them so you don't have to. And today we're looking at Liburga, but before we do that, I just need to go on a little bit of a soapbox here. This champion appears, and we're going to find out whether my thoughts are proven correct or not. This champion appears to be pretty phenomenal. And this champion's stuck behind 2 years of Doom Tower normal secret rooms. And by the time you get this champion may already be too late. You may not want to put the resources, time, and effort into using this champion in the Clan Boss, where she will absolutely dominate, if I am correct. But you should. And so here's my plea. Plarium, if you're watching this, which you're not, but maybe you are. And if you are, please heed my cry. Change the Doom Tower secret room fragments to where you can choose where those fragments go. Maybe you have it so at the beginning of each month you pick a champion, and that's the champion where the fragments go for that month. And then you keep doing that every month, or if you fill it out and get 100, then you get to pick again. So that you can maybe start with Dark Kale, maybe start with Liburga, maybe start with was Erdikata a Doom Tower? I can't even remember anymore. But there's plenty of amazing Tomo, another champion that was pretty good if you get her in the first 6 months, but by the time you do, it's too late. This is probably the same thing, but I'm going to show this champion anyway because this kit looks phenomenal. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Let's just get into the kit for Liburga. All right, fortunately or unfortunately, it's really difficult to showcase Doom Tower champions like this in my normal fashion because they kill the champions too quickly. I did do a little Hydra precursor thing before. Maybe I should be doing. Let me know in the comments down below. Did you like how I did that with the Hydra? I know some of you said you could probably skip and sped ahead between turns so that it was a little bit quicker. Maybe I could have put her in the Clan Boss, Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss, and reviewed her kit and then ran the full key. Anyway, we'll learn for next time. Let me know in the comments down below. But here she is. Let's take a look at her stats. Now, she's a support-based champion, keep in mind. And I haven't yet to look at her multiplier, so I'm not sure what kind of damage she's going to do, but I did manage to get her out with a paltry 1123 start. We did get her with 5k attack, 213 speed, 257 crit damage, and 242 accuracy. And as far as masteries go, we're going down the War Master route there. You can see that. Why I'm leaning way... You know what? Let me just... I don't know. Somehow this wasn't. So there we go. He's got the War Master. She's got. I went down support just because I wanted this. I wanted to chant extra 5% on her A1, and you'll see why in a second. Let's take a look at her kit here. Her A3 has a increased defense buff and an increased attack buff. All allies for 2 turns. Consider what this means for a non-unkillable team. Now, we're going to be taking her into an unkillable team because it's just easier for me to show full damage potential. But because she has an increased defense, an increased attack, it's an AoE for the entire team. And keep in mind, she also has really good starting stats, 17k, over 1,000 defense. Very strong for a non-unkillable, a traditional team, especially a counterattack team, and we'll talk about that in a second. But her A2 has a booked to 100% chance on a 3-turn cooldown when booked, chance of placing 2 5% poisons, and a 25% poison sensitivity. So this is basically Frozen Banshee, except you don't have to hit the A1, you just automatically get a couple of poisons on there, along with that poison sensitivity. 3-turn cooldown, that's a pretty... Even if she hits like a wet noodle, this is going to be a game-changing ability. If people need a champion, this might be the champion that does the trick, because even on a 4-turn cooldown, if you had her unbooked, 75% chance, still pretty good. And as you work books, and I'm thinking from a free-to-play perspective, this would be pretty crazy. And then, of course, on top of that, which is the cherry on top, she has a booked 60% chance of placing a 5% poison debuff for 2 turns. So tons of poisons. But that's not all. She also has this. When attacks, has a 50% chance of increasing the duration of all poison debuffs on the attacker by 1 turn. So she extends poisons. So think about that. Sure. Probably not. This kit is probably a little bit overcooked when it comes to an unkillable team. But if you're doing a standard counterattack team or a standard non-counterattack team that's not unkillable, that's not block damage, Wow, she's potentially extending buffs more than 50% of the time. And I think, well, because I think that 5% should count the evil eye. Maybe it won't, but even then, it's a 50-50. So every second turn, she's extending her debuffs by a turn. Plus, you get the chance off the masteries, and you're putting the poison sensitivity. You're putting 3 poisons in a cycle, 4 poisons in a cycle. Sorry, and you're giving your whole team a better chance of survivability and a better damage overall throughput. Great kit, amazing kit, obscene kit. Now the question is, can she also do damage? And that's what we're going to find out. So let's head over to the big bad clan boss. I'll show you the team we're putting her in, and we'll see what the damage is that she can do. All right, here is the Demon Lord team. And then, of course, you know, hey Brad, wow, you've never seen anyone ever use Brachus. That's strange. It's almost like, anyway, if you guys watch Chosen's videos, he did a collab with YST. You'll understand what that little dig is. Otherwise, just sit back, relax, and enjoy. So here's the team we're going to run here. Let's take a look at the team in total. Here's Rosin Scarhide. He's going to have 5608 defense, 232 accuracy at 290 crit damage, 191 speed. Liburga is going to be our little faster, right? We've already seen her stats there. We're actually turning this off because it's an unkillable team. We don't need that increased defense. Though, actually, you know what? With Rosin, that might actually improve his damage. Well, now that's interesting. So the reason why I had it turned off is to get more of the poisons. Because I don't need the increased attack, because Seeker's putting the increased attack. But you know what? We're going to open it up. We're going to start here and go here. We're going to do that. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. That'll give Rosin some extra damage. Right? Team player. Now, normally, in a non-unkillable team, you wouldn't turn that off. If you didn't have a force affinity, or sorry, a defense-based champion on your team, you'd probably turn off this A3. But we're gonna give it a go. And then, of course, these ones, Seeker starts first. You see his stats here. Demetha, make sure you do these with Demetha, or she won't use her A2 properly. And finally, Eris. I don't know. I've heard that her exhortation won't always be used if you don't prioritize it, but it doesn't hurt to do it either way. So there it is. And that's the team we're putting together. That's the team we're taking in the clan boss. So we're going to start it out here, and then I'm going to disappear. We're going to play the whole key, and then we're going to find out what actually happened. So I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. I'm still here, actually. All right. See you on the other side. All right, there we go. 97.05, and there you see the numbers. Rosin trailing behind. He's not quite that next level of the clan boss, but as a champion you can fuse, absolutely there. We did have an unfortunate mishap I got to talk about. And by the way, Liburga 32.5. Yeah, no, another great champion that can do big numbers in the boss. So 32.5, and probably lost a couple million damage at least. I think she should have been around 35. What happened is around turn 19, Rosin put down a smite, which didn't allow him to put a weaken, only a defense down. And that lasts for about 10 turns. And then at some point, it happened again, and Liburga got his weaken out there, but she didn't have her poison sensitivity for about 15 turns. And then the last 5 or 6 turns, they were both back up again. So interesting little thing, just tidbits to note, because of that extend buff thing. But let me tell you, hey, look, 97.05 Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss, affinity friendly team here. Rosin in the lead, 25 million, nothing to shrug at. But there she is, Liburga. 32.5 million. I would, like I said, probably would have been closer to 34, 35. Also, if I would have blocked out her A3, Rosin wouldn't have gotten as much damage, but she would have gotten even more damage because she doesn't do any attack with that one. So that on a 4-turn cooldown, every 4th turn, she'd be getting about another 111,000 damage and a chance to put a poison up, etc., etc. So lot of things happening there. Overall, though, really excited. Really, yet another champion. But I'm going to take her in one more place. We're going to see if we can't play with her maybe in Dragon 25. See if we can't build a team around her there. So we will be right back. And, well, actually, it'll be like split second for you. But for me, it'll be right back. We're going to head over to the Dragon. Head over to Dragon 25 and see what we can do with this wonderful new free after 2-year champion. All right, now that we've seen her in the Clan Boss, obviously a strong Clan Boss, but what I really like about this champion is that she's not just a Clan Boss champion. First off, and we'll talk about it in the final thoughts, but very good Clan Boss champion, very good in different scenarios. But let's take her to a couple of different areas here. I was testing out a few different things, but this is going to be a good... I have to fix something. Sorry, I just bear with me. I got to fix one thing. I was trying something out here and it didn't work, so we'll just make sure we clear that. So this is her in Dragon 25. Now what we can do here is we can actually go with a guaranteed kill because we have the extra buffs from Liburga, and that's going to allow us to do this. Let's take a look here. Obviously, Bad L's going to use his Malice first. We're going to start with the Abyssal Gaze. That's fine. We'll start there. She's going to start with the Vigor Bloom, and she's going to Karma Burn. Same with round 2. All right, there we go. So this is a team, typical Seer team. But what I like about this team is it gives us another option of being able to use Ghostborn as the defense down, which of course is guaranteed. No 3% chance to resist, which means less likelihood of failure, and you get through these really quickly. And then once you get to the boss, it's even better because we actually get the weaken from Seer. So now we have a defense down weaken on the dragon. We're gonna do lots of good damage with those poisons. We're gonna hit, we're gonna take a hit, but we did change her to an HP chest from the Clan Boss to this, so that she has a little more survivability, which I think is the right call here. There we go. Get all that on there, hopefully. Now the only downfall, oh good, we took the hit first and then the Karma Burn. That's a huge thing. That's gonna make this a pretty good time, I think. Sometimes the Karma Burn comes before the second hit from the dragon, and that obviously kills a few people, makes it take a little longer. 56 seconds, only 11 seconds off my best time. Pretty happy with that. Don't at me, bro. I'm just selling that. I don't have any of the, anyway, whatever. So there we go. One other place I'm going to take her into is the Ice Golem's Peak, and we're probably going to see a pretty good turn here. We're going to go on 24, but actually, you know what? I take that back. We're going to go on 25. But we're going to take Ghostborn out because he is weak affinity and he's a little fragile. If I built him out a little differently, I think it would be okay. But I have him really built for Fire Knight where he doesn't take any damage. So I've kind of tried to make him hit as hard as possible. But, of course, with the Ice Golem, that's not what we want to have happen. So we're going to bring Lydia back in for here. And that is a definite overkill for these waves, with all the buffs we have going on here, but it's going to make for an overall more consistent run. Let's give it another go. Here we are. This is in the Ice Golem. We switched in Lydia, Ghost. We've taken out Ghostborn. It's magic affinity. Ghostborn's not very good at that because while he can't be resisted, he can be weak hit, or he can weak hit. We're going to try this team instead. Lydia gives us the added advantage of, first of all, more buffs here. So I'm hoping we get a chance to Karma Burn here. She lives through this. Good. That's good. That's what we want to see. Can we get the Karma Burn here? No? Come on now. I think we just got lucky on a fear proc. Really? Still no Karma Burn? What do you even do? Live. Okay. Good. We're going to get the karma burn here, which is nice. And then boom, we die. Guess what? We're right back up. I love that mechanic. Not really worried. Now from here, if they were to die now, who cares? Bad L can solo this. But I like having all those poisons up. It's going to make the rest of this really quick. This should be, I'm going to guess, about 1:40. Holy shit, he killed them all. That was actually surprising. But again, not really worried. Bad L's going to be just fine. He laughs in the face of danger. This might actually speed things up, because he's going to just get more and more poisons up, and the turns are going to run quicker. So, I said 1:40, right? 1:33. There you go. Nice, easy win. Liburga does help. She gets those early poisons up on the boss. She has the buffs for Seer. So there's a couple different areas you can use her in dungeons. If we had Doom Tower, if I did Doom Tower, I'm sure I could bring her into different Doom Tower. And definitely Clan Boss. So there you go. Another great champion that unfortunately they've hidden behind. Let's go to final thoughts and we'll talk about Liburga and what I really think of her. All right, my final thoughts on Liburga. Look, she is a great champion for the Clan Boss. She is a great champion for Dragon 20 plus. She's a great champion for Ice Golem plus. She puts up poisons. She puts up decrease or increase attack, increase defense. She extends her poison. She's got an amazing kit. Why am I upset about this champion? I'll tell you why. I said at the beginning. I'll say it again. She's stuck behind the stupidest Doom Tower mechanic on these. As they keep adding champions, imagine if you started playing today and you take 2 or 3 months to start really hitting into the easy Doom Tower, and you finally get a chance to get your first champion, then your second, then your third, then your fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th. I think she's 12th. She might even be more. I don't even know. I've lost count on the number of Doom Tower champions. Liburga is hidden, and she's a hidden gem. And unfortunately, she's great in all these places for progression. She's a support champion. She's got better HP, better defense than just about every other poisoner out there. All the main ones that I can think of are all attack-based. She's not attack-based. She does good job. Surprisingly, her multipliers seem very strong for someone with 1100 attack, meaning you can build her for attack or you can build her for survivability, and all the rest of her kit goes in there. She's an amazing champion that you may never ever use because by the time you get her, it's too late. Also, sidebar, very unfortunate that we had the drop off of the buffs on the Clan Boss test, because I think we would have broken 100 million if that wouldn't have happened. Also, I really wish Aina would have worked. I did try her, but unfortunately she gets extra turn on an A1, and it just messes up the comp, unfortunately. But I will be making an Aina video soon, as well as the two Sylvan companions that I've got. So overall, great champion. Really impressed with her kit. She's not as mind-blowing as Urticata was. She's not as, oh my god, as Whisper was when I built them. But still, what I think she has that those two don't is if you're in the mid-game and you're using a standard non-unkillable team, this is probably the best poisoner champion in the game for that, because of her high survivability in comparison to Frozen Banshee, Aothar. Even Draco is fragile compared to this champion. If you need to ensure that she survives, you can build her out for that. That 1,000 defense, 1,700 or 17,000 HP is very good for that. It's just unfortunate that Plarium refuses to revisit how Doom Tower fragments are administered, I guess, for lack of a better term, how that whole mechanic works, so that a champion like this is hidden so far down the list that by the time you get her, you probably don't want her. But I do tell you, I do love her in endgame Seer comps for the dungeons, which is why I put those in there as well as the Clan Boss, so you can see that this is a champion you can probably use either way. Those are my final thoughts. How would I fix her? Fix the Doom Tower allocation of fragments from secret rooms so that you can get this champion sooner. That's how I'd fix her. She's an amazing champion. Other than that, that's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching. Happy Thanksgiving to my American friends, and please be kind, be safe. We'll see you in the next video.